All right, we're back. We're playing Near Mage again, like last weekend. Um, Let me just fiddle with the microphone some more. Sorry about that. So, hello everyone, and it's funny. I've been let's not click start new game. Um, I've been playing some more Dune and then almost like missed starting the stream, and then um, I actually had more time than I expected, and so I started fiddling with the bot and actually ran a little bit late starting the stream. So I mean it's 1 minute, but still it was like suddenly, oh, it's already time. Um, yeah. Yeah. And yeah, it's a very warm day today, so I actually have the window open. So we'll see how that works. Um, yeah. Um, yeah, here it's hot too. Yeah. Yeah, it's and so I will probably be even less coherent than I usually am. See, it's already starting. I'm starting. I'm constructing sentences in a weird way. All right, let's see what we were planning to do here. We actually had. Yeah, we found these fog view, which are apparently like fire flames, and we gave. Yeah, and we might have something that we can do with them because they are basically we got some magic water and that was used to douse them. And my thought last time was, oh yeah, they should go in
An
this
empty
altar.
altar with dancing female figures on top. I think these are the mythical Yele.
But yeah, we can't do anything with this, and we actually we don't have an inventory, so we can't like pick up the fire. We've picked them up, but we don't know what to do with them. Apparently, until we click something where we can.
If it's a dig site, it's been abandoned. It's weirdly warm, too. Who knows what's down there?
It's weirdly warm. Okay, there's a dirty cloth here.
Someone dropped a bit of cloth here. Messy students, man.
But we're not cleaning up stuff. No, sir. Oh, interesting. There's a house in the hill here. But I don't think we can walk there. No.
I can see huge rocky cliffs on the other side of the lake, but I'm not in a hurry to get there.
I guess let's look.
I'm not sure how safe I feel out here on this tiny island with bones scattered all over it, and some of them look human. Or humanoid, at least.
Okay, so if we're looking for a monster, it might be on this island. Nothing else here. Yeah. I mean, it's been nice weather. Blah, 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 blah. Nice weather so far.
Symmetrical rows of trees gradually fading into bluish fog. My kind of aesthetic.
I'm more quiet than the game voice. Oh, okay. I guess I can just turn down the game a little bit. I can't turn myself up, interestingly, but I mean, I guess I can move the microphone after all. Okay. I guess this is about as much microphone as I get. Weird. Alright, let's see. Oh, there's a
I
hiker.
swear, I just saw the yellow in the forest.
Are you wasting my time again?
I'm not wasting your time, you're just not, You're not letting us do anything with you.
I don't think my eyes are playing tricks on me. These trees have eyes and mouths. They don't seem to move, though.
I swear, I just saw the yellow in the forest.
I think I figured it out. They really are alive, but since trees operate on a huge time scale, they're moving, but so slow that it's imperceptible.
I don't think...
This flower looks unhealthy. I don't think it gets enough water. I don't know how safe I feel out here. I'd better get a move on.
Birch view null? Oh, that's...
Lots
These
of
people-
digging related stuff. Makes sense. I'm so tempted to peek inside, but I won't. The heck's wrong with me?
Can't we knock and say hello? Is anyone here?
I'm so tempted to peek, but the
Yeah.
heck's wrong with... I feel really drawn to this place. Pfft, snap out of it, ill. It's another clearing. It looks moonlit, though there's no moon visible.
Can't get there. And here, it actually calls it the lair of the Yelle. Maybe we have to find out how to talk with the Yelly. Maybe there's a ritual. Let's do the standard thing and go back to... Oh wait, we can fast travel, can't we? Map. And Sigishwara Main Plaza. Alright.
I already got everything I could from here.
I'm so still not used, like most of the point and click adventures I've played are either like set in past times or just otherwise avoid modern technology story-wise, or are so old that they just were from before cell phones, and so it's always funny to see, like here in this game, all the characters like who are using like a cell phone, like checking the map or whatever they are doing here. I'm assuming they're tourists. Okay, let's look at the bookshelves once more.
Domnika's library. Some of these titles are really out there.
Okay, looks like we don't have anything there.
What's shaking,
Unique.
Auntie?
My arthritic bones, dear.
Ouch. Nice. Books, chalices, strange statuettes, all sorts of knickknacks. It's like a cabinet of curiosities. Domnika's got eclectic taste. Doesn't look like it's seen actual fire in years. How does that figure?
Oh, maybe maybe this? No, this fireplace isn't even interactable. So yeah, we don't have any any place where we can do something with these fog view fire creatures yet.
Man, that's a great view of the Citadel. What a strange flower. It's got such a particular smell. That leads out of town. I think...
Okay, if you want to stay, then stay. What else are we? Well, see what we can do with the embers. We haven't found it. Happy 1111. Hi, Fatty 2-Bits. It's 511 for B, but I'll take it. It sounds good. How are you doing? How's it going? Fatty 2-Bits is a fellow streamer. Yeah, sometimes she just streams getting ready for performances because she sings and stuff. And sometimes she also plays games. So yeah, check that out. She sings really good. Sing really goodly. Music good. Just saying hello, nice to see you. Yeah, same here. Well, I don't see you, but yeah. It's been a while since I've sang on stream. Yeah. But you did it occasionally. No problem. Shoutouts are cheap. But yeah, it's good for people to know how what cool streamers and other people are out there. So yeah, we have no clue what to do with the fog view, and we've apparently done the exploring of Rakus. Okay, so we don't really have to do anything more there. And we're supposed to help Zane find out what happened to his great-grandfather. These are like all quests where I have no idea where we would do things. Let's see, maybe here
Hey,
something
Alex.
has changed.
Hey, you!
So, what's been up?
All I know is I, personally, feel great.
I can see that. Yeah.
Between you and me, all I do is daydream of where Sixton and I can visit together.
Huh. Well, fingers crossed.
Fingers so crossed.
Catch you later.
Okay, that's still how we
I'm
were
glad the bird has left the metal nest.
the last time we told Sixton how to get to the secret magical city.
There's an old-timey public telephone, too. Ah, so damn cute.
I like that they just like really lean into the historical and the historical appearance and beauty of these old Romanian cities. Just go, yep. Does Achim have anything
Hello.
to say?
Oh, hello.
No, he doesn't.
Imagine living in a building that's centuries old. Crazy. I don't see clock hands, though. This town feels timeless.
Okay, clock tower doesn't anything.
The Vlad the Impaler Memorial House. Legend has it, he was born in this building. I just might check it out.
Sorry, Mess. The memorial house is closed for repairs.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, we're back here. That's where we came from. That goes to the main plaza. It's a bit confusing, like how it goes. Like you have this map, so it's not really confusing, but so we went from Tower Square to, I guess, Eastgate was where the cat was. Yeah.
Illy, what's cracking?
Not much. You? Still waiting for the truth to fall out of the sky?
Pretty much.
Not gonna lie, I'd love to actually live in it. That'd be cool.
Yeah, so this small tower would be... is not especially interactable either.
Huh. They're really crooked. They look neat.
Leaning buildings. Okay, so let's head on to the...
Looks like a village for ants. Huh.
Okay, so we can continue to the northwest wall, and that's it.
Gotta love GPS though.
Oh, I think the first time we looked at this distant tower, she said something like, oh, this must have been useful in old days to find your way around.
Gotta love GPS though. It's a tomcat, but almost sounds like a dog when it vocalizes.
That seems to be a custom they have a lot in this in games from this studio. I think it's a Romanian fairy tale of a child and her dog who got transformed into
Hello,
cats.
child.
I should be going.
Go, go. Make something of the day.
Southgate? Yeah, that's where we came from. I guess let's move on to Westgate.
Trying to get her bearings the old school way.
Talking about GPS.
Isn't that cute? Oh, the guy and his cat seem to be in sync.
Okay, so I guess let's go into the magical town.
I'm sorry, I can't stop staring at him.
Yes, they're not just great guards, they're lookers too.
Yeah, they sure are.
I can see you're a bit scared. Don't worry, Rakus is pretty safe as long as you behave. You won't see any chimeras walking around town. Plenty of other people, though. Speaking of which, maybe it's time for you to move along.
All right, I'll be on my way.
Remember, take a right toward the Starlit Plaza. You'll find the inn there. Good luck.
Okay, that's basically what she said the first time.
Please don't try to hit on me. I'm engaged. Hi, babe.
Wait, what?
Hi, babe.
Oh, okay, he's hitting on... This is a little weird. Like, a lot of the people standing around here are just, like, yeah, hitting on someone or complaining, please don't hit on me.
If you're looking for the boots, try the Sarians.
I'm not lost. I'm just thinking. what it is and what it do.
Oh wait, let's go to the bookshop and see if we can maybe get a book there. Oh.
You got something against vampires, huh?
I ain't got quest for you, sorry. Are you one of Kodrin's spies, huh?
Please keep your distance.
That's a deep voice. Okay.
Do I want to know what he uses those for? I really think I don't. Now that's a mixing cauldron. Even as the liquid inside seems still, I can hear faint bubbling. This thing has an unreal aura about it. It's really neat. And a bit scary.
Oh, it's you. Come in, come in. How may I serve you?
Oh.
Are you by chance interested in some Fok View embers? I just got them from Otto Coldwin's place. They're still warm.
I could trade those for some pretty coin. Could I not? I think I could. Are you selling them or what?
No.
You know what? Maybe it's best I keep them.
Perhaps so. You see, the Fok View, they need a suitable resting place. You should find one for them, like an altar of sorts. Don't you think you should? I think you should. However, feel free to come back when you change your mind. I'll gladly buy them off of you.
I'll keep that in mind, thanks. Actually nothing. Sorry to bother you.
No flipping problem.
Multiple choices. When quest objectives display this symbol, you can choose which path to take. Sell the embers.
A cornucopia of mostly technical texts. Botany, alchemy, geology. I doubt these were written by humans, though.
Find a resting place for the embers. Okay. Maybe that was all we had to do. Maybe we can go to the altar now.
And still, peeking through the branches, I can make out stars in the sky, though they look nothing like the regular ones.
Okay, bushy tree.
Yes?
I got the embers. Poor little guys.
Ah, thank you, I guess. I'd appreciate less sympathy for the pests, but... do what you think is best with them.
Yeah. Any ideas what to do with them?
I don't know. Ask around. Maybe an innkeeper? They're know-it-alls.
All right.
See what Harlam, the owner of Dam Petalman, suggests regarding the Fogview embers. Okay, now they're kind of backseating me. Like he already said, maybe the innkeeper. They are know-it-alls. Oh, how did I end up here? Okay, but I guess let's ask him then.
Tell Hairlamb your drinks are on me, beautiful.
Meow, meow.
Oh, it's you again. Any particular reason you're bothering me?
Nah, it just gives me great pleasure to disturb.
It would give me even greater pleasure to see you walking out that door.
What? You'd be checking me out, huh? Naughty, naughty Hairlamb.
You. Don't be gross.
A big, beautiful bird with vivid red plumage. Quite the sight, too. It looks very, dignified.
Okay, it doesn't look like I can actually...
Is there something you really actually need?
Yeah, a friend.
Well, you're meowing at the wrong counter, Near Mage. We're fresh out of the sympathy sausage.
Horrible innuendo there, Harry.
You and your dirty mind, get lost. And don't call me Harry. You know, I'm running out of patience with you.
I was just on my way out.
Don't let the door hit you.
Okay, we can't really talk to him about this, so also...
Stairs leading up to the rooms. They could use a good sweep. There are thin, narrow leaves strewn all over.
Well, I guess, what do you expect from a landlord to know? Well, let's see if we had this conversation now. Oh, well, let's see if maybe this guy.
All this herb business seems to be really popular around here.
Lots of potions and mixtures being made near magic schools, miss.
Would you say you're in competition with Najil's Emporium? Or Gavriel even?
I would not see it that way. Najil tends to plants while they grow, likes to keep them alive for as long as he can. I conserve things once they have been harvested. Gavriel sells some raw materials, yes, but in truth he does more processing and amalgamating.
Like an ecosystem.
You could look at it that way.
Would you say you're in competition with Najil's Emporium? Or Gavriel even?
I would not see it that way. Gavriel.
Like
You could.
all this herb business seems...
Lots.
Would you say you're in... or Gav...
I would not. I can.
Like an ecosystem.
You could.
No matter which choice I pick,
Have a good
it
day.
always does the whole...
Wishing you the same,
spiel, I
miss.
guess.
Hi there, I'm Illy.
Greetings. Dolphin, shop assistant. Let me know if I can help with anything.
See ya.
Have you been around Stima? You smell weird.
What is Stima?
Have you been around...
Are you a friend of the Prikolich?
Someone in there...
Disappears when you get close. That's actually one of those, like a game like this is kind of well, I don't want to undersell. Making games like this is difficult, you know, but like if you're like trying to get to you know, quick results where you see and just want to like try to program a game, a good start is to just get some game engine that can draw pictures on the screen and can let you click stuff, and or even maybe even has an engine built in for stuff like that, like a pre-built adventure game engine, depending on like how you know, whether you want to make an adventure game or whether you just want to explore programming by means of, for example, a game like this. And so you know, this is fairly straightforward because like you can either like take, you know, photos and, you know, what is it called? Cut them out. I'm drawing a blank on the term right now. Anyway, you know what I mean. Like take photos and cut out a tree and put it here and, you know, like kind of go for like a pastiche style or something. And then or if you can draw, then of course like do some drawings or something, and basically you just draw multiple layers over each other. And like one nice thing is to just have like your character, your player character, and click somewhere and the character will move there in the correct layer, like behind the foreground elements and in front of the background elements, you know, kind of going through there. Or even, you know, like if you have like a more three-dimensional ground, then you could have it so that if your character is above the bottom coordinate of a tree, then it will draw behind it, and if it's below, then above it. So basically you sort by where the bottom of a picture is, or like not the absolute bottom, because like you see, like if you have a picture here with this person and her feet, for instance, then like the position where she's standing is somewhere here, like that's, I don't know, 10 pixels away from the bottom. You know, or if these feet, then, you know, you kind of want it on the heels. But, you know, like kind of like find some good position. And then once you have that and you can like have your character move around, you can do things like we had on this previous screen here, where there's like someone inside the window, which is a separate picture, maybe even, you know, with blinking eyes, which are pretty easy to draw. And you can even like Photoshop eyes closed a little. It'll look a little weird, but, you know, like go for like a South Park or Monty Python animation style and not for 100% realistic, and it'll be fine, you know. And you can then go, okay, if this character is within, I don't know, this area, for instance, then this character will slide away. And that's what they do here. They even have an animation, like you can actually see the hair like wave back and things, which is really cool. But that's a fun thing that you can do in a game.
That's a lot of blood. Bones are scattered all across the steps, too. There's a carnivore living in there for sure.
For example, Ada in chat once made like a little game where it was like a haunted house, and you had like things like there were like paintings on the wall, and some of the paintings were like looking side to side, like watching you or something, or, you know, things like that. And that, just doing little things like that is already like a fun, you know, picture book style. And this element where you get close and then the character goes away or something is like another little detail like that. Where did we want to go anyway?
It looks nice and toasty in there. The flora is something else here in Rakus. This tree is absolutely colossal. I can't even see its top from here.
Okay, let's see. Where do we want to go, really? I guess Lair of the Yele Woods entrance. Let's see if the altar works now. Maybe it was just having had that conversation with Otto that
I really hope that this is a good place for you to shine forever, little guys.
Okay, so that was all that it needed. The game actually... That's kind of, you know, I kind of consider that a bug. That you have, like, before they, if you listen to them, the Fog View already told you, oh, we need an altar. And we had already seen this altar. And so it was kind of obvious to put them there, but that that I had to talk to Otto in front of the house. You know, at least she should have said something like, you know, I can't do anything with them right now. I have to give them to Otto or something like that. But there wasn't even that, so that not a bad thing, but like a little, the game's a little rough in this spot.
My live fire friends seem happy here. Crackling, sizzling, and dancing forever and ever. I'm happy for them.
Okay.
Can I interest you in some dubiously sourced silverware?
Okay. I'm not quite sure what these different, like, characters are supposed to do. Oh, and here we get a new
Oh,
game
hey,
instructions.
Amitskin. A new class is available. I'd better hurry.
We just did it in the wrong order. Yeah, apparently. It's a bit, it's something that shouldn't really happen in a game. Wait, could we... Yeah, I know that fast travel is on.
Did you happen to see Neve around? She was supposed to be here already.
Huh. We haven't really seen... It's like we helped Nave.
This place is beautiful.
Okay, let's see. What class can we listen to this time? Oh, now we can pick what we want. What did we decide? So that's our spellbook. Rewinds time on subject, single use only. Rainmaker, raining blood. You know what? We have this plant where it says like it hasn't been watered. So water, wind, blood is really what we should probably get. But we already started with earth. Mind changer, wild wine. No, where else do we have earth? Mind switcher temporarily switches two persons' minds. Vicinity sensitive, single use only. This cherry blossom, a dream of spring. Mist image, construe a ghostly image of yourself. Could be anyone else. Earth, wind, and fire. What was Earth, Wind, and Fire? I'm trying to remember what songs they did. Wolf tongue. Subject is forced to tell the truth. Single use only. Frost petal. Distinctive bittersweet smell is said to bring back intense memories, good or bad. Firewolf puppy. Earth, fire, blood. Tiny horde. A pack of minuscule frost wolves scurries across the ground. They're so cute when they're this size. Fire soul. Homunculus. So, blood or fire? I guess let's pick blood because that is good for raining blood, but also for a few other spells that actually use earth.
Welcome to your blood magic class, students. I am Professor Strigoi. Let us proceed. Here is how it works. I will briefly lay out the essential principles of blood magic. Then I will need you all to repeat them back, so as to confirm that you have assimilated them. If one of you gets it wrong, you all get it wrong. Unanimity is needed in order for this to work. So please, pay attention. Blood is the great unifier of all that are born future mages. Magic courses through your veins, one with blood. They cannot be separated. What begins and ends in blood is our very lineage. It is through blood that we commune with our ancestors, and it is through it that we pass magic on to our successors. We must never forget magic, and we will never forget, for blood is memory. Now, all together, blood is a great...
Unifier.
Correct. Ready? We will never forget magic, for blood is...
Memory.
Memory?
Correct. You've got this. What begins and ends in blood is our very...
Lineage.
Yes! You truly are very near mages. You have now learned the blood near spell. That wasn't so hard, was it? You are now one class away from crafting your first spell. I hope your blood boils with pride. Congratulations. Dismissed.
The red. Ace the blood class is the achievement we just got. Okay.
Hey there.
Hello.
Illy, right?
Yeah, invisible name tag, I guess.
Oh, it's just that kids talk about you, and not just the kids. You're Domnika's blood, so there's a lot of eyes on you. Teachers too, obviously.
Obviously?
You have a lot to catch up on. I'm Tudor Strigoi.
Oh, any relation to Professor Strigoi?
He's my dad.
Why is everyone talking about me? Is it Domnika?
I get the feeling that you're not quite aware what a legend she is.
Pretty accurate. I guess I need to prod her more.
Modest and sometimes obstinate. That's legends for you.
You're talking about me, right?
No, Domnika actually, but...
I'm just messing with you, dude.
Oh, okay. Where are my manners? I've been keeping you for much too long. Hope to see you around and, we can always hang out and talk if you,
Roger that, Tudor. We'll hang.
All right, great. Bye.
Can we talk to him some more? No. Aww.
Oof, I think I just missed my class.
Aww. Can we, like, I don't know, practice together?
This guy looks chill.
Okay, nothing here.
My dorm room is a mess.
Are you a friend of Tudor Strigoi's?
Oh, so he's asking if we're a friend of that boy that just talked to us. Okay.
Oh, curses!
This seems like the place to be if you're into the green stuff. Flowers, vines, cacti. It's got it all. It's really misty, but I can make out the outline of one of the Institute's towers.
Oh, and there she is, so I don't know why the other one was missing her. Who was
Oh, curses!
I guess was that downstairs in the... Let's see if we can... Aw, cute.
I have no business with him now.
Okay, let's see if it was in the library. Yeah, I guess it was. Oh. That lock seems to be slightly burnt.
Yep, as expected. Lots of them. A wealth of occult knowledge at my fingertips. Looks like a sturdy lock, but it's been absolutely obliterated. I wonder if the librarian noticed.
Corvinus, Chief Librarian, at your service.
So, this is a little detail, like, you know, the game is still fun, and I've played lots of adventure games, and I know, like, how they work under the hood, and how you kind of have to, how you build them up, and what things you can forget. So sometimes I will just go and try out, okay, what new interactable items are there, like the lock, and then it might unlock other interactable items, even if it's not obvious. But like, this seems to be a bit of like a snag with this game, like we had before, where we had to talk to Otto before we could do the obvious solution, which is kind of not super fun. And now we couldn't talk to him until we looked at the lock, although we had heard him say like, "Oh, curses," or something like that. And so, like, it would have been nicer if they had gone and, let us interact with him, see, yes, this is the Corvinus guy we just heard, because you get, like, one of these black text things when you point at him. And then, at worst, like, maybe pan over to the burnt lock and say, hey, this lock is burned or something.
Mr. Corvinus, I was just curious about being a librarian.
Thinking of becoming one? Nah, of course you're not. You look to me like a person of action. For some reason, my ancestors were mostly librarians. Some kind of natural inclination, I guess. The ones that strayed into, let's say, more dangerous territory didn't end up too well. Books are much safer. Well, most of them.
His voice sounds familiar. I wonder if he's the voice actor. Let's try to look that up. I hope I won't start any weird audio. Okay, imdb.com. Near Mage. He sounds like the main actor. Oh, they just have a bunch of voice actors. But most of them don't even have the characters they play. In the list. Oh, that's a pity. But apparently the writer is also one of the voice actors. Let's see, what is it with... so the writer is named Liviu Boar, which kind of sounds like a Romanian name. And yeah, Otto is Yahtzee Croshaw. So that we recognized that correctly last time. The zero punctuation and second wind guy. Okay, let's see, Gibbous. A Cthulhu adventure. That was 2019. Yeah. So the voice actor Liviu Boar, the writer, was also the voice actor for a few characters in game. And my suspicion is that that's him doing the librarian's voice. Oh, and Gibbous had Doug Cockle, who is who you may know as the voice of The Witcher. And Don Thacker was Archetype, the detective guy in Gibbous. His name seems familiar as well. What did he do that I might have seen? Nothing really, except for Gibbous. Nope. He's done a lot of work with Devolver Digital, who are a game publisher. Like in some press conferences, apparently. But, nope. None of the actual games. Or, I don't know, movies, TV shows. DC Heroes United. He was oh, that's all as director. Okay. And writer and editor. Interesting. Is there no actor? Okay. Let's see. Well, he did Soma Transmissions. One episode. And Gibbous, and that's it. Like, he did a few other things, but nothing like I've ever heard of. Anyway, well, that was Gibbous, of course, and in Near Mage, all the names seem to be, I don't know, not very well-known actors. They don't even have a photo on IMDb. And as I said, no character names except for Ben Crawshaw being listed as Yahtzee Crawshaw and as Otto. I think the thing with IMDb is that you need to pay to like get an entry for yourself. Like with a picture of you, you can't just create one. So basically that's how they make their money, that the actors who want to be, you know, recognized and want to be found by directors who go like, that's a cool voice in that game. Who did that? And then they look it up and they go, it's this person. And oh, in this part they look completely different. That's exactly what I need for my next movie, you know, and then kind of like that, I guess. This is a idealistic thing, I guess, but like, I guess it helps to be on IMDb if you're an actor, voice actor, director, someone from the industry, but you have to pay to get an entry. And I guess if you make a game and add an entry for it, you can just list the people and they get like a minimal entry. Okay, but so I think this is what was his name? Kerwin, the main guy from Gibbous' voice.
I couldn't help but notice the broken lock on that door behind you.
Oh, flickety-flickins.
I gather you were hoping no one would notice.
You gather correctly, miss.
Chill. I can keep a secret. In fact, maybe I can help?
To be honest, miss, I would be grateful for any assistance at this point.
Spill the beans, Chief.
Oh, I shouldn't be telling you or anyone, but the proverbial cat is out of the bag, isn't it? That is, or was, probably the safest and most reliable magical lock you could get your hands on. There to keep everyone away from one of the most dangerous books in this world and others. And now it's gone.
So, who could have done away with this crazy hardcore lock?
That is the scary part, miss. There are very few people in existence with magic skill high enough to wreck that kind of lock.
Are you suspecting anyone?
No. The whole situation is frankly dumbfounding. I've been entrusted by a certain organization to make sure the book is locked away at all times, and now I've failed them.
What organization?
Look, I appreciate the help, but there are things I just cannot share with you, at least yet.
All right, fair.
What book are we talking about?
It is called Gibbosis.
Sounds weird.
Sounds weird because it is weird. It knows where many unholy and forbidden artifacts are hidden throughout both the magical and the non-magical realms.
Like a tracker?
I guess you could say that, yes. One of my ancestors, another Covenus, was stricken from history books and banned from the magical realm for using it to find unspeakable relics. Then it's been passed on from generation to generation and considered lost for a long time. It finally made its way back to me in my youth, and now it's gone again.
Wow.
Every moment that it is out there brings great risk to all worlds. I have to recover it.
But no one must know it's gone, and you can't leave your post or else you'd draw attention to it. No worries, I'll do my best to help.
I must be mad to allow this, but thank you. Yes, I really do need help.
Hold that thought. I'll be back.
I'm thinking Corvinus, I think that was a character in Gibbous as well. So is this like... I'm trying to remember what actually happened in Gibbous with that guy. I think that was like the final enemy, wasn't it? So maybe this is kind of the opposite side of the Gibbous story. Although I think the book was called, wasn't the book the Necronomicon or something?
Oh God, it reeks in here. Smells like dead fish and seaweeds. Ugh.
Dead fish and seaweeds sounds very much like Cthulhu.
They're a bit tough to notice, but I can see some faint tracks here. Wet and, ew, slimy. Maybe this means something. The pointy ends of swords that were driven in from the other side of the wall. I don't know what this is. Oh, wow! That's the most heavily secured door I've seen in Transylvania so far. Someone really didn't want anyone passing through.
So we come here from the library and this door... I don't know, is this kind of like a door to hell or something? Or... And that someone from the other side was trying to get through at this book?
Anything, miss?
Actually, yeah. I noticed a foul smell in there and maybe some faint tracks.
I do recall the smell hitting me. Gods, I'm such an airhead. And tracks. Really?
Yeah, the wet and slimy variety. Does that tell you anything?
Probably a water dweller. Some research is in order, miss. With so many different species about, it might help consulting a bestiarium. I'll set it on the table here.
Ah, okay, here we have books. Do we have anything else in this book? Deadroot. Only to be studied in its wilted form if reviving is absolutely necessary. Watering does not help, only blood. Okay, but that looks different than the plant we had. Caution can cause extreme allergic reactions, but Neblesh. Oh, is Neblesh like Knoblauch? Because that's garlic in German. So I think that might be Romanian or something for garlic. Because allium sounds like alio e olio is like a garlic oil pasta, I think. So Allium interfectorum could be some kind of garlic, and that would explain why it says can cause extreme allergic reactions, especially in vampires. Okay, that didn't change anything. We can read the spell book, and there's the yearbook. Bestiarium. Okay, I guess we're getting to reading. Balar. The Balar is a flying creature of great size and awesome strength. There are several kinds of Balar, two of them being the most revered. The red Balar is a scaly dragon-like creature that breathes fire and brimstone. The blue Balar is a feathered half-bird, half-dragon. When enraged, it will spit deadly blue flames that burn through anything. The flesh of the Balar's young is believed to be a universal cure by some species, especially the Spiridush. The Balar can only be summoned by certain species by burning Zagan feathers in a place the Balar is known to haunt. A Balar thus invoked is bound by magic to grant a single wish. Basilisk. Also known as the Serpent King, the basilisk is a winged creature that is part snake, part rooster. It is believed to roam the dark forests west of the Black Lake, near Rakus, but their inaccessibility makes for extremely rare encounters. It is believed that the basilisk can kill just by looking at its prey, so that might explain the bones. Capcom. Capcom is a game developer. This kind of looks like a Mortal Kombat character or something. Known colloquially as the ogre, the Capcom is a misunderstood species. Generally believed to be bloodthirsty brutes, they have since evolved past that, emphasizing their cunning and intelligent nature. Though some Capcom retain their violent traits, many of their young choose to apply their skills in domains that put their craftiness to good use, such as being counselors, negotiators, middlemen, or spies. Chimera. The Chimera is a large-scale symbiotic creature. Born at the same time as its rider, the two are paired at birth and usually end up in security jobs. The Chimera's keen sense of smell, coupled with the rider's sharp eyesight, make them excellent guards. The gate to Rakus has been guarded by hundreds of generations of these symbiotes, making it one of the safest and most closely supervised in all magical and non-magical realms. Cyclops. Not much is known about the geographic origin of the Cyclops, other than it being a warm, humid climate abounding in plant life. This species makes up for its monophasic eyesight with intelligence, sharpness of wit, and a keen sense for business. Many Cyclops own businesses ranging from taverns and inns to traveling sideshows. The Cyclops is often prone to extremes when it comes to their personalities. Some are very meek, some are excessively irritable and abrupt. It has been observed that reciprocating their attitude makes for the best results when engaging with them. Okay, so if a Cyclops is rude to us, we gotta be rude back and the other way around. I think we accidentally might have done that earlier. Dhampir. Once a rare sight indeed, the Dhampir is the fruit of a vampire and a human that fall in love and in lust. In more recent times, on accounts of creatures of all realms becoming more open-minded about interspecies mating, their half-breed more and more accepted. Sadly, instances of hate crimes still are reported, usually perpetrated by the sect informally known as the Magists, staunch defenders of the importance of magical blood and lineage. Oh, so Strigoi might be a bit, might be one of them. Dhampir is a real, folk belief also from like Romania and other Eastern European areas. Fokviu, not to be confused with the mighty Yag, which are true fire elementals. The Fokviu, live fire, are living flames that act like house spirits, inhabiting and enlivening cold and abandoned dwellings. While they are mostly considered a blessing, some think of them as pests. The only known way to get rid of Fokviu is to pour apavie, live water, on them, thus turning them to embers. If relocated to a proper resting place, such as an altar, when in ember form, the Fokviu are content and will stay warm and alive forever. Huma. The Huma are earth elementals, living mounds of rock and stone. Though they are slow and ponderous in their speech and movement, they have analytically inclined minds, often leaning towards stoicism. This makes them good candidates for positions such as teachers and trainers. They are loyal and dedicated to a fault. Some say they don't understand humor because they have no concept of it. Their speech is often filled with earth-related idioms and imagery. Iele. The Iele are believed to be a rare type of forest or wind nymph that dwell in the dark woods around Rakus and sometimes pass through to the earthly realm. They are always seen in groups, sometimes dancing, though this is a rare occurrence. A traveler through the woods of Transylvania will sometimes run into altars dedicated to them. Locals believe that lighting an eternal fire in these altars can convince the Yele to show them clues as to what they are seeking. They are gracious beings, also vengeful. Their dance, called Hora, is a sublime sight to behold. Whenever the Yele are witnessed dancing, fires spring up in their altars. Excuse me there. Moroi. Something close to what most call a zombie, but not quite. While the zombies lack intelligence and are mostly reduced to seeking out victims that they can feed on, the Moroi is a formerly dead creature, mostly human, who was buried without any kind of religious or spiritual service and came back with great parts of their memory wiped clean. They tend to drift towards the last place that they remember from the time they were alive, and are very hard to drive away. Whatever vices they had in their former life come back stronger in their undead state. Though they somehow never completely wither away, they are in a permanent state of putrefaction, making their presence very unpleasant indeed. So that could be like some smell-related thing, if it's a Moroi. The Naluka is a creature vaguely defined by resembling a winged version of a wild domestic animal. Some think they are particularly spirited creatures who refuse to physically disappear when they pass away. They grow wings and develop abilities such as speech and high intelligence, but nothing about their origin is clear. We don't really know where they come from or if the theories about them have any credibility, and they are never open to such discussions, often wrongly associated with chimeras. They make up for their small size in sharpness of wit, and are thought of as being harsh, abrupt, but fair and loyal. They are often guided by their feelings rather than their rational thoughts. They don't take well to insults and will fight like demons even when outnumbered, or rather especially when outnumbered. Nymph. Nymphs are creatures inextricably associated with nature. Their origin is uncertain, but what is clear is that their physical aspect reflects the places where they dwell. They are prone to being artistically talented, so they can often be observed dancing, writing poems, painting, or putting on impromptu stage plays. The nymph's powerful connection with nature sometimes grants them powers that are out of the grasp of other creatures. These can vary from immense strength to turning into liquid as well. Alright. Tongue doesn't work. Alright. These can vary from immense strength to turning into liquid at will, or the gift of seeing supernaturally far and wide. Okay. These are the powers that other creatures have. Okay, immense strength, turning into liquid at will, or the gift of seeing supernatural far and wide. So this is liquid, but nothing about a smell. The Paka are a mysterious race. Paka, I think that like means like by in a colloquial way, or high or something in Ukrainian. The Paka are a mysterious race that inhabit the wooded lands around Rakus. They are few in numbers, and this might come from a certain peculiarity, their genetic propensity for smoking. Thus the Paka tend to not live for too long. Few ever manage to kick or stay away from the habit. These rare Paka have been known to put to good use their knowledge of smoking paraphernalia by becoming drug makers, chemists, and alchemists. Oh, so is the alchemist maybe a Paka? Their neurotic nature makes them a bit difficult to handle, but despite being a bit rougher on the edges, they are generally good-natured and inclined to help out when they can. And someone wants to be banned. Alright. Alright. Pitik. The Pitik are small in size, usually bearded, and dwell in burrows that they themselves dig into the sides of hills outside of towns. Indeed, the Pitik are not keen on living in populated places and are rarely seen in cities or towns other than when they are there on business, trading their wares. Pitiks are almost exclusively miners. Their stout build grants them resilience, and their short stature allows them to work in confined spaces that are inaccessible to other species. They are incredibly tolerant to heat, and they seem to need less oxygen than most land creatures. They sometimes leave their dwellings for mining expeditions that go on for months on end. Though they mostly stick to their own kind, Pitiks have been known to get quite chummy in taverns, especially if their trading went well, if the food is spicy and the drinks plentiful. Prikolich. The Prikolich is a creature akin to what we generally call a werewolf, and similar in many ways to the Varkolak. The difference is that unlike werewolves, which transform based on moon or day and night cycles, the Prikolich can sometimes, rarely or never, go back to its original human form. Their level of intelligence greatly varies upon a number of circumstances, so it's possible to encounter Prikolich whose brains are noticeably developed, or specimens that can merely yelp, howl, and search for food. Due to their unstable and unpredictable nature, the Prikolich are a prime candidate for magical summoning. Reforged. The Reforged are beings that have been magically or alchemically altered to resemble or build upon other species, or even machines. Extra limbs, organs, or even industrial and mechanical implements are the characteristics by which one can recognize a Reforged. The main reason for which the Reforged submit themselves to alteration seems to be an admitted desire for self-improvement, but rumors of spiritual or religious motives, or even allusions to this being a form of punishment, abound. It is advised to broach the subject with great care and delicacy, as it is seen as particularly sensitive and divisive. Okay, so these are basically cyborgs, or like species hybrids, I guess.
From what I've read, it all seems to be pointing towards a Shtima. Gotta go spread my antenna a bit.
Shtima. The Shtima are a water-dwelling amphibious race that traces its origins to the swamps far east of Rakus. They are adept at water crafting, a magical tradition that goes back countless generations. While they are proud and self-sufficient creatures, many of them suffer from an inclination to substance abuse, especially alcoholism. Coupled with the fact that they have a strong, very particular swampy odor, and that they tend to leave oozing, slimy tracks whenever they go, they are sadly a common target for racism and speciesism. Some resort to alchemical concoctions in order to conceal their smell, but this practice is very frowned upon by the prouder and more prominent Stima. The Stima tend to have a short temper, at least in part brought on by being discriminated against. They are not good at socializing. They're oftentimes suspicious and paranoid, but once befriended, they can make for an ally that shows undying loyalty. Spiridush. The Spiridush are small-sized humanoids that congregate with other species, but prefer to live in smaller communities, such as hamlets and villages. Though some mistake them for pitics, they are much thinner and less resilient and prone to be sickly. Often affected by diseases, they have built up an impressive knowledge of natural remedies by exploring and harvesting what nature can offer, this becoming one of their main occupations. Thus, they have managed to impressively extend their life expectancy, whereas a few generations ago the sight of an old Spiridush was rare indeed. Their family bonds are some of the strongest in all species, and their loyalty and dedication to their elders is unparalleled. Okay, give me a second. The downside. The downside of an open window is that the sun, of course, is blaring in again. Okay, so this should be better. Strigoi. Rivaled only by the omnipresent vampire, the Strigoi are one of the most prominent races in Rakus, and by extension in Transylvania. Similar in aspect to the vampire, with minor differences where fangs are concerned, the Strigoi instead stand apart in temperament and attitude. While the vampires can be aloof and prone to romanticism, the Strigoi are socially and politically inclined, caring deeply about their name and legacy. They can give off a not-so-subtle air of superiority, and they like to see themselves as genuine nobility. Blood and lineage are crucially important to the Strigoi, being also the reason why their learned ones tend to specialize in blood magic. So proud are the Strigoi to belong to this species that entire clans and families have at a point in history changed their family name to Strigoi, leading to bureaucratic and archival nightmares. Okay, that explains why his name is actually Strigoi as well. Sylphid. Sylphids are wind elementals, beings of the air. Though naturally invisible, it has become customary to make themselves at least partially visible when among other races, especially since many of their kind teach wind magic in institutions of higher learning. Their appearance can vary from fully formed, if a bit transparent, to a mere pulsating distortion of the environment they float across. They are generally kind-hearted, calm, and they exhibit a lot of patience when put in a position to teach others the way of wind magic. Undine. The flowing, oftentimes elegant, sometimes repulsive Undines are water elementals that inhabit many realms, including Rakus. Legend has it that they even originate in the Black Lake west of Rakus that goes by many names: Dark Tide Lake, Drowned Pond, Undying Lake, the Lake of Hali, and many others. It is believed that the Undines that can breathe oxygen and walk, or rather flow across the earth, are but a small majority of the species. What, small or majority? That most never really leave their deep underwater cities. I think they mean small minority. Unlike other non-human creatures, Undines don't seem to have strong idiosyncrasies, their personalities ranging from the kindest of hearts to the cruelest and deranged. Vampire. The vampire is the creature whose fame has penetrated most into the human realm, especially in Transylvania. Some think it is because of an aggressive endeavor of other species to smear their image. Their nature is more subtle and complex than what is presented in myths. In reality, they mostly do not need to force other living beings to surrender their blood for nourishment. Some vampires form pacts with other beings, such as humans, where the latter allows themselves to be periodically drained within limits that don't impact their health. Most resort to alchemical substitutes for blood. Given the great number of vampires that live in and around Romania and its parallel worlds, Rackus included, alchemy shops are always in great demand. Every once in a while, a rogue vampire that preys on other humans, especially humans and pitics, will make its appearance. This is the reason that the ancient tradition of vampire hunters never really went away. Varkolak. Not to be confused with a werewolf, a Varkolak is the offspring of two adult Prikolich that have mated. Therefore, a Varkolak was never a human. They are considered wolfkin through and through. Because of the Prikolich's wildly varying characteristics, the Varkolak tend to either be basic and animalistic, only caring about their primal instincts, or highly intelligent and inclined to studying, especially the magical arts. The former variant rarely survives for long in the wild, often getting into trouble and being killed. The latter naturally drifts towards libraries, schools, or institutions of higher learning. It can be difficult to tell an intelligent Prikolich apart from a similarly gifted Varkolak, and even experts are known to have been fooled. Yag. The mighty Yag are true fire elementals. Some of the roaming Roma gypsy The mighty Yag are true fire elementals. Some of the roaming Roma gypsy tribes still worship the Yag, believing them to be small pieces of the sun come to life. They are tall, fiery creatures with incredibly long legs like columns made of flame. They can turn into smaller bursts of flame at will, which they often have to in order to navigate doorways in the buildings that they roam. The Yag are intelligent, but in a way that seems alien to most dwellers of all realms. Throughout the centuries, they have developed an efficient, if hard to parse, method of presenting their thoughts and ideas. Despite this difficulty in communication, the knowledge regarding fire magic that they can pass on is invaluable, so their presence in institutions of higher magical learning is extremely sought after. Zagan. The Zagan is a beautiful, usually crimson-feathered bird that is known to all of Romania but has its origins in the woods around Rackus. Extremely rare, their endangered status has made them suspicious about anyone approaching them. As feeble as they are rare, they are particularly prone to all kinds of diseases. You are bound to be ignored or dismissed by a Zagan unless you are privy to the proper way of approaching them. A Zagan may consider paying attention if spoken to in a very respectful and polite manner. It is said that burning Zagan feathers in a place that is known to be inhabited by a Balar may have the effect of summoning that awesome creature. Zmew. Zmoy? I don't know. One of the rarest of all creatures, the physical aspect of the Zmew is widely debated and controversial. It has been described as either resembling a Balar, a particularly large Capcon, or a combination of the both. The severe dearth of information about this creature might stem from the unlikeliness of surviving an encounter with it. And now we're back at the Balar. Okay, and so the Balar is either a dragon or half bird, half dragon? Okay, the bottom one here is the bird dragon thing, I guess. And what was the other one? Capcon. So that's more like an ogre. So ogre or dragon. Alright. Now we found out what a Stima is.
I think I'll come back when I have more clues.
Alright, let's have a quick look at our objectives. Find out more about the Stima in the Institute. Ah, okay. So that's...
Tudor, good to see you.
Oh, Illy. Hey, what's up?
Ah.
How's things, dude?
Just sitting here waiting for the groundskeeper. He's taking his sweet time. You?
Keeping busy. Always looking for trouble.
A woman of action.
You know it. Tudor, do you know of any Stima around?
They're a pretty rare sight. You know, they're not well liked in general. It's the smell. Then again, I don't have my finger on the pulse of this place.
Damn it.
Wait. You know my friend Kodrin?
I don't think I do.
Oh, he's like the heart and soul of the Institute. That kid knows almost everything that goes on around here.
Think he could help?
It's possible. See if he's not in the common room, up in the north wing. That's where he usually hangs out. He's kinda short and bulky, very jovial. Always in his cool purple jacket.
Nice. Thanks for the tip, dude.
Happy to oblige.
Gotta run. I'm sure we'll bump into each other later.
Oh, definitely. I'll hang around here for a while. Later.
A nice, comfy spot for students to rest, read, or meditate. It seems to be very popular.
This feels like a playtesting moment. That people walked past here, and since there's so many, you know, not interactable NPCs walking around, that people missed Tudor. And so they went, okay, if you go out of the library, let's have him sit there. Okay, and so the guy who was always asking us, are you a friend of Tudor's? He's probably... Oh no,
Are you a friend of Tudor Strigoj's?
No, it's not him. That's Rickwin. Where's the common room? Map? Common room. Ah, this room. Ah, that's Codrin, Purple Jacket. The guy who looked chill.
No. Don't tell me. Ilinka... Vraja, correct?
Yes. Kodrin, your reputation precedes you.
My reputation as a gossip George, right? It's all right. Don't look so embarrassed. I'm rather proud of my niche of expertise. What can this lowly tittle-tattle do for you?
So he looks like a... what was it called? The ogre-like species we just looked up last. He kind of could be something like that. Okay.
You're good friends with Tudor, right?
Best friends. And don't tell him I said this. I think he's taken a liking to you, which makes you and me friends too.
Oh, that's cool. You seem like a good dude.
An informed dude, rather. That's a friend worth having. Anyway, just be easy on Tudor these days. He's going through some crap.
His dad?
Yes, it's complicated. One of the very few boiling pots I'm not sticking my cute little snout in.
I understand. I'm curious about your sources, if it's okay to ask.
Oh, you are? Well, people in the Institute love to talk. I love to listen. Easy. Innkeepers, too. Haralam is an old stick in the mud, but once he lets loose, let me tell you, rumors just come bubbling out of him. And there's the nice lady keeping the bar over at the Dying Flutter. I'm not wanting for sources. I'm, as you'd say, in a lot of places all at the same time.
So, you do it for fun?
Profits are fun, right?
That they are. Do you know of any Stima attending this year? I think I'm trying to track one down. Have they been, integrating with the rest of the students?
It's a delicate issue. It's thanks to some kind of ointment that kills their, odor.
Shit. That doesn't help me.
I'm looking for a pretty stinky one, and slimy too.
Oh, well, that makes it easy, actually. Does he drink a lot?
No idea. You have someone in mind?
I do. Ostracod's the name. I don't judge, but he reeks to high heavens. That's just how they are. Water creatures, you know. What's worse is he drinks like a fish. No pun intended. I don't recall ever seeing him sober.
You think he could be it? How common are Shtima around here?
Outside the few I've mentioned, not common at all, so it's possible he's your man. Most students stay away from him, which probably adds to his drinking problem. If he's not in school, he's most likely boozing it up somewhere in Rakus. He's greenish, like me, but with a lot of warts and a bigger mop of red hair.
Dude, you've helped me so much. What'll it cost me?
Forget it. A friend of Two Doors is a friend of mine. Just be careful talking to Ostracod. I hear he's unpredictable.
I will. Catch you soon.
All right.
Okay.
Kind of trying to study here.
It's cute that it's a studious student.
Kind of trying to study here.
I really should look up if this game was kickstarted. Maybe it says something. I'm trying to remember if I... No, I don't. Yeah, there was a Kickstarter, okay. Okay. Got the digital game, blah blah. Let's see if there was... I suspect this voice sounds... On the one hand sounds familiar, and on the other hand sounds not like your typical voice actor. So I wonder if there was like a reward where you can get like a line in the game or something. Physical edition. Be a tourist. We'll work with you to turn you or a friend or loved one into a tourist visiting the real-life town of Sigishwara. The NPC will be animated and Illy will even say a few lines when examining them. Limited plus major compared. And that was... Okay, so that tourist was probably a 450 euro tier character. Be a student character, 500 euros. We'll work with you to turn you or a friend or loved one into a student at the Transylvanian Institute for Magic. The NPC will be animated and Illy will even say a few lines when examining them. You also get all the digital and physical goodies plus major contributor, special Discord and credits. Be a student character. Oh, there's two be a student character pledges. We'll work with you and turn you... Okay, I guess they did that twice because it went well or something. Your picture as the headmaster is 842 euro tier. So the guy in the library at the top, that was also a Kickstarter reward. Design Illy's style. Okay, that's cool. So the costumes where you can pick from in your wardrobe are probably also like things people designed. 1650, add your own character. It doesn't have to be a student or even human. We'll design, animate, and implement whatever character you come up with and work with you to neatly integrate it into Near Mage's lore. Let your imagination fly free and we'll make it a reality within the game world. Illy will also interact with whatever it is and have a few related voice lines. Time to get crazy creative, but act fast, because it's super limited. You also get the Grand Patron special Discord and credits title. Illy and Mitskin statuette for 3,500. Wow, and that was a single one. Okay. Okay, that it feels like all these students, like it feels like a lot of them are, you know, real people or something. That's cool. I like that. Okay, now I know. All right. So now we have to find a steamer.
Oof, I think I just missed my class.
Don't you know eavesdropping?
Yeah, I know, it's rude. So I guess a lot of the NPCs that are walking around here or standing around are actually based on backers. That's such a... Like, it felt like that, you know? It's a bit too busy. Like, usually you wouldn't do that because it costs money. But of course, if you get people to actually give you money to do that... I mean, it's... You know, it's kind of like... It's an idea from the Middle Ages. Like, there were, like, big, you know, like, rich people who went, hey, I'll, you know, contribute money for building... you know, like that gate of the church or something, and I want that there's like a picture of, you know, someone going to heaven, and it's supposed to be me, that character, or something like that, you know. It's a common thing that's been done for ages, and like Kickstarters have done it a lot, but I think here it's because they're actually walking NPCs here, that actually gives it more detail. And it actually makes sense in this game. Because, like, you want a university full of students. And students are colorful and different from all over the world and things like that. So you can totally do that, especially in a fantastic story like this one.
You got pretty eyes, you know.
Smoking hipster. Okay. That was not my comment. That is the name that was on that NPC. Okay, let's see. I guess if he's drinking, he might be in the bar. Oh, that was the way back. Okay, this is Hazy View Crossroads. I don't even know why I'm even walking through here, because I could just fast travel. But by the way, this is also cool that here now suddenly you don't see the person that's peeking out the window anymore, but there's someone different sitting there. So that's like, you know, making something look alive. And, you know, it kind of... You know, if you look at, for example, these two guys, like, they're different. Like, usually a... you know, like an artist that makes art for a game like this has certain... you know, has a certain style. Like, there's certain kinds of clothes they like, and maybe there's kinds of clothes where they go... I've seen these and they look, I don't know, they look, you know, like violent, or they look peaceful, or they look, you know, like interesting, but like I would never wear them or something. So you get a lot of you know, you get a bunch of designs, but they're all in a sort of similar style. And here, the designs feel a little more varied than they usually would. Because, like, you look at this guy and it's almost like it's been drawn by a different artist. Which, I mean, that could be an explanation too, that at some point they went, our normal artist can't do all these NPCs. Can we hire someone to make them? And then... But I mean, here, like, this seems to be, like, there's a lot more black and you know... It feels a bit like thicker lines, I don't know. But anyway, maybe it's just variety, but I think it's, you know, it kind of usually you have a certain breadth of styles, and like basically if an artist is interested in this type of style, you know, and this type of style, it kind of linearly smears across all the art they do. And in this case, it feels a little more like there are these characters that feel linearly smeared, and then there are a few others who stand out a little bit. And then you go like, okay, and you know, then you go like, okay, I guess they got sent a picture like this and said, okay, this is an interesting new style, I'll draw this. Hi Gacha, how's it going? I just looked up a little bit about this game, and so this game was kickstarted. It's about a magic school, and this lady here, that is the character we're playing. Let's have her walk over there. And she, yeah, and so the fun thing is this is, you know, like starting of university season, and there are a lot of students around, and it felt weird to me that they had so many different student designs and they were randomly swapping them out and things. Turns out like this game was kickstarted, which I had like a vague memory of, and one of the Kickstarter rewards was get yourself drawn as like one of the NPCs standing around in this game. And that makes so much sense because they're just so different. Of course, if you know, backers come in and say, hey, this is a picture of me, or this is a picture of my best friend, and I really like, I don't know, like I'm really goth and I would like to be like as a dark Alan Moore style priest / magician or something. And maybe they send like, here's a picture of me and here's a picture of like someone who kind of looks in the style I would like, and then the artist goes, oh, that's a style I wouldn't actually have used, but okay, now I'll draw it. And so that's how you end up with like a character like this. And like most characters looked more like this. So this was kind of like, I really like that it's so varied, and it also just like it works in the game because it's supposed to be a university, you know, and at university people come from all over the place. So I love that. All right. What did I want to do? I think, yeah, I wanted to go here to the inn. Oh wait.
Not a great inn, if you ask me. Owner's a jerk.
Okay, he's blue, not green, so it's not the guy we're looking for, I guess. No. I don't think there's anyone here. Maybe at the bar?
Tell Hairlamb your drink's wrong.
They have voice acting? Fancy. Yeah, the game is fully voice acted. It's really, it's a well-made game. There's like a few, you know, small moments where it's like you know the solution, the game has actually told you the solution already, but you have to talk to someone else to actually unlock you doing the solution. We basically ended the last game on me trying to do the right thing. And then the game just not letting me. You know, nothing game-breaking really. So happy that they did that. And happy how they made the game. Okay, and this place... Common problem with adventure puzzle games. Yeah, it's not... Like, if you've played a few, you'll go around and then you'll go like, okay, yeah. You know, like, I tried, basically. I walked around and looked at things. Give me a second. It's, I was getting slightly annoyed. I have the window open, so the lighting is a bit odd, and I have all these, like, white flashes. And so I adjusted my green screen a little, so at least the window isn't visible. Let's hope that makes things better. Yeah, but like there's music, there's voice acting.
I'm afraid I am married, young woman.
Okay. It's not...
How about no?
The people we wanted to talk to.
Rakus really loves its Mitskins. Pretty cute statue. Severely oversized, though.
Just leave me alone, okay?
Aww. Okay, so we still haven't seen the guy we're looking for. But yeah, it's a well-made game, and it's kickstarted, so you know they didn't have a super big budget. So no complaints from me here. But it was something
Not too
where I
busy
had
at this
to...
time of day.
Huh. Okay. Oh, maybe Monkshood Court has people... a place where people can drink, didn't it? Ah, there he is. Sorry. Lost my train of thought. As I said, it's hot here, and I have the window open just so I don't melt, but that also means that, yeah, my brain is not doing too well today. But, yeah, yeah, I love this, how they made the game and how detailed it is and how many little characters they are around. And just the design and the idea. It's basically a point-and-click adventure, but there's also some magic system in there. And we've learned 2 out of 3 kind of things that we can do to do magic. So it'll be interesting to see how free we'll actually be able to use this magic. Because of course adding a mechanic where you can just do... Like some of them sound like, you might be able to use them in like arbitrarily in locations in the game. Kind of, you know, like the systems in Dishonored, where you could just like take one of your abilities and, I don't know, like yeet an enemy in the air and then connect 3 other enemies to that enemy beforehand, and then they all fly into the air and you've killed them all in one go or something. And I'm kind of wondering, like, if this will be kind of like this, like that you'll be able to use it everywhere, or if it will be like in a predictable way that, you know, okay, in these situations I can use the magic spells, or if it'll just be, well, the story has certain locations where you can use one of these 5 spells to continue, and so once you've learned spells you can pass the puzzle but in a different way. Okay, so here's the guy we were looking for, I guess. The Stima?
Ostrakad?
What?
It's about these, tracks you might have left?
Tracks? Yes, human girl, I am slimy and I leave tracks. Yes, human girl, I'm stinky and I drive you all away. And I drink, and I don't give a shit about any of you. Now leave me be.
Oh wait, was he the one you need to be rude to or not? I think the one you need to be rude to was a different one.
I'm sorry the others are giving you crap. I'm not like that.
Aren't you the perfect angel? Butt off.
Come on, dude. I know you did something you shouldn't have. Just give me the book and no one has to know it was you. I'm giving you my word.
What are you talking about?
The broken lock, my green friend. I don't know how you did it or if someone else broke it for you, but you were definitely there.
Human girl, you have no proof. Now go away and stay away.
He won't budge. Now, what would he do with a stolen book? Something so rare might also be valuable, right? I should find out if he tried to fence it off somewhere.
Okay.
Nice to see you again, sweetie. What can I get ya?
I am looking for a red-haired Stima that should be a regular here.
You mean that guy over there at the table? Yes, he is a regular indeed. Probably too much for his own sake, if you ask me.
Oh, I guess since we're looking for someone to sell a book, it's probably the bookshop.
Where would I sell a book if I were so inclined?
The shopping district east of town. The Sarian keeps a huge library/bookshop.
Cool. Okay. I'd better go.
Stay safe.
It's cool, every time you come in here, there's different characters. She's pretty judgy for a bartender. Yeah, sorta. I mean, I think, you know, like, if people come in and just constantly get drunk or something, bartenders will sometimes, you know, cut people off and things like that. So let's go out, like, and see if we come back in. Oh no, actually the characters haven't changed this time.
Just waiting for my husband. He's inside, drinking again.
Alright, so let's see. Shopping district. Right, and Visarians. We've been in there before. Oh, and by the way, we could fly.
I wanted to ask if there was a certain Stima here recently.
Oh, was there? Why? Are you involved? I told your friend I'm not a snitch, so the Institute is none the wiser, but you better put that book right back where you found it.
No, wait. I know it's dangerous, and I wasn't involved. I'm trying to track it down so I can return it to the library.
Good. Good. Can I assist you? Saying it's dangerous is an understatement.
Please, tell me what you have on the Stima. I'm trying to squeeze a confession out of him.
He came here a while ago with the look of a hunted animal. Smelled of booze and rotten leaves. Pulled out the book from his dirty duster coat and tried to pawn it off for change. Yeah, the thing's valuable, but not even close to being worth the risk. I told him so, and he grunted and stormed away.
Well, you're exactly what I needed. A witness.
Do what you can to find the book and return it. And please, let me know when you've done it so as I can unclench me butt cheeks.
I'll do that. That's it for now. See you.
Be well.
Well, let me know when you found it so I can unclench my butt cheeks.
A nice warm spot surrounded by books on all sides. Not a bad place to spend your days in. That door has arms reaching up to the ceiling. Creepy.
It's
That
cool.
door has arms reaching up to the ceiling. Creepy.
Oh, I have to click left to go out of here. I mean, he was honest, yeah. Okay, I guess we're going back to Monkshood Court. Seeing if that's enough.
Didn't I tell you to stay the hell away from me?
Yes, but there's news. I have a witness. I'm trying not to speak too loudly and land you in hot water, Ostracod. I know you tried to sell Gabosis to Viserion. He's willing to testify.
Shit. Alright, how do you want to do this?
Why'd you do it, Ostracod?
You wouldn't understand, perfect, pretty human girl.
Try me.
You really want to know? Nobody likes Stima. We stink, we leave marks, we are ugly. My richer peers are now accepted when they hide their natural smell with fancy cream. Do you even know who I am? Who my grandpa was? Tarlik Watersilk, the greatest Stima mage to swim the waters.
So what happened?
What happened? We grew poor, that's what happened. Look what I'm reduced to. I can barely pay my bar tabs. I couldn't even afford the inn anymore. I slept in hay behind the tavern. I needed the money, and that's all I'm gonna say.
So, you don't have the book anymore?
I thought I would get more for it at the bookshop, but the crippled cat thing yelled and threatened me. The book is with who ordered it stolen, and that's that.
Who'd you steal the book for?
I couldn't tell you if I wanted to.
What? Why?
I signed a blood covenant, human girl. You know how they work? 3 fingers in my own blood upon a magical parchment. I say their name, I'm dead that very moment.
Damn it.
You have me at your mercy, that's what it looks like. I don't beg, but if you tell Daos you ruin my life, I'll have nothing to live for. I already barely do. And I have nothing more for you.
I'll see what I decide. Take care of yourself.
Report back to Corvinus, and they even teleported us back near the library. That's cool.
Mr. Corvinus, I have good news and bad.
I'm all ears. Tell me.
I found the perp. A Stima kid named Ostracod.
Never heard of him.
Bad news is, he doesn't have the book. He'd stolen it for someone else, and he signed a blood covenant, so it would literally kill him to reveal who he did it for.
Ah, I see.
Someone powerful as all hell. Ostracod asked me not to tell Daos about this whole thing. What do you think?
I cannot be objective, miss. I have no interest in any of this transpiring, especially to Professor Daos. But it is entirely up to you and what your conscience dictates. It doesn't bring back the book either way.
Huh. So the thing is, I I don't know who Daos was. It kind of seems, you know, like if it's such a dangerous book, it seems kind of weird to not tell the professor in whose university it was stolen, I guess. I don't know why we have to tell him, like why he's even involved.
I think I will tell Daus after all. I understand this might hurt you, but the professor has the right to know. Maybe this is bigger than we know, and getting him in the loop could prevent a disaster.
I understand. It might be for the best. Thank you for all the help, miss. I will not forget this.
All in a day's work, Mr. Corvinus.
Oh, the Daos office is... Wait, is next to the lecture hall, right? Yeah. Daos office, okay. Ah, it's him, okay.
You wanted to see me, Miss Raja?
Yes, Professor Daus? Something unfortunate has happened to one of the books in the library. So I decided to tell you everything, even though it might mean repercussions for Ostracod and Mr. Corvinus. I hope I did the right thing.
What you've told me is very grave indeed. You've done well to bring it to my attention. I will not conceal that the faculty greatly treasures Mr. Corvinus, and he had but little fault in all this. But there will be consequences for Ostracod. As much as I understand his delicate situation, the Institute has zero tolerance for such transgressions. I am afraid Ostracod may no longer be allowed to study within these walls.
Shit. I mean, sorry. Oof.
Or at the very least, he will be suspended for a while. You are dismissed, Miss Raja.
Oh, he even has a bed in his office? Okay. Okay, and we can talk to him and kind of...
There are cabinets embedded all throughout the bookcases.
This kind of sounds like we might end up having to go in here and steal something.
Are you Team Daos or Team Strigoi? I just cast Brain Burn on myself. If you know who I am, please take me to my dorm room.
Whoops. All right.
I think I might have made a terrible career choice.
I have no business with him now.
All right. So I guess let's find out what the news is in Rakus. Is that maybe the innkeeper who might tell us? We still haven't found out what happened to Zane's relative. But at this point, I'm kind of relying on the game guiding us towards this eventually. But I like the story, like, for one thing, like, gorgeous art style, and I think the story is really interesting. It's, I mean, the nice thing about a game is you don't need too much detail in the story, because a lot of the enjoyment is just, you know, walking around, exploring, and maybe finding the, whatever finding whatever you know, story clues were left for you.
How about no?
Okay, it's that guy again. Interesting. I was kind of thinking, I was a bit annoyed that the microphone was always like being cut out, and then I had a hole in my shoulder, and now that I've moved it up, it suddenly doesn't get cut out anymore. Rude. The world is certainly colorful. Yeah, it's like it's a great art style. It's a good compromise between, you know, on the one hand simple drawings, but also like the lighting and everything is gorgeous. Oh, maybe this is the way we wanted to. Oh, okay, that's this one. Okay, cool. Yeah, but also it works for this, you know, magical story and things, and it's something different. It's like Gibbous went very much into the either like classic Disney or LucasArts, you know, like Curse of Monkey Island or Day of the Tentacle art style. It was very much, you could see that they love that. Whereas in this game, it's like its own style, much more than the other one.
Look who dragged her sorry ass in. What can I do for you?
Any news?
Not much happening lately. Unless you count that snake oil salesman being back in town. Curse lifter, my furry ass.
Who do you mean?
Fella by the name of Serapion. Couldn't lift a curse with a rope and a pulley if you ask me.
Interesting.
Yeah, goddamn fascinating.
Any other news?
Nothing other than that so-called curse lifter come back to Raku's to scam folks again.
Alright, cool. I'd better go.
This seems kind of a weird way to continue the quest. Like if we're like the story was all about, you know, who did this, and now she's basically giving up just because the innkeeper didn't tell her anything relevant to her story, but rather told her
Some kind of mechanical shop. Lots of cogs and dials. Doesn't look like it's open though.
Okay, we've been streaming for about 2 hours, so I think this is a good point to do a quick break with clips for you to watch, and you can go and, you know, grab something to drink, get up and stretch, or, you know, sit down and get some rest if you've been standing for a while or something. And I'll be seeing you in about 5 minutes-ish. Okay. Errors are red, screens are blue. I must have deleted System 32. Some of the guards have respawned.
Hey, over here.
Jesus. That just scared the heck out of me. Whew. What was the title? It sounded like Theremin? Ferryman. The Theremin, okay.
I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate. And you are?
Joaquin Jacinto de Mera Alfonso de Oro, treasure hunter extraordinaire.
What were you doing down there?
Nothing.
It looked like you were playing with dolls.
They're not dolls. They're polyarticulated porcelain power pirates.
Polyarticulated porcelain power pirates. Okay. Anyway, what would be wrong with dolls, please, sir? Guybrush? Perfect. Accidental genius. No. It's not genius, it's just accidental puzzle solving. Oh, there's a cannon. They really have everything here that kids would want on a pirate ship. Where is the bell? You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. Dude? Where's my car? I was sure I drove. Alright, we've scanned that little thing, and you are floating above the ground. Congratulations, you're doing really well. I think you could do like about half an inch up. Would work, you know, just.
I love this.
After sparrows 3 times call, after gull does 3 times fall, come maiden, mistress, mouse and hen, come fisher, farmer, frog and wren, or something like that. Hush a by and don't be a fright, Mama will sing through all the night, many an hour before morning sun. Don't dream of horror yet to come.
You're sure the suite does not bring back any memories, Monsieur Yesterday?
No, I'm sorry.
Dommage. Well, call me if you need anything at all. Dinner with adult entertainment. You get my drift? Blonde, brunette, bold, black, white, young, oldies, sex pots, fat ladies, dwarves, hussies, spinsters, natural, surgically enhanced, clean, or filthy. And 10% discount if I get to watch. Okay?
Thank you, Albert. I'll keep it in mind.
It's a weird hotel. What the heck? Just rattles off the list. Maybe he's possessed by a dead, satanic murderous spirit. Yes.
A closet. Disappointing.
I love him. That's like Caleb is like so stiff and formal.
Oh, you must try my ale sometime. You must. My abbey brews the best in Kent.
It certainly sounds worth the risk of my immortal soul.
God is rather a hard taskmaster.
And your god forbids the mixing of wool and linen. It sounds to me like he's never heard of England.
Not all that is written in the scriptures is God's honest truth.
I do a roaring trade at Reculver and Tunbridge. They pay well for my catch.
The monks? Do those parchment-skinned Christians ever eat meat?
Don't you believe in Jesus? They refrain because he died for our sins.
No one will stop me sucking the marrow from a nice leg of lamb, not even God's seed.
I hope eternal damnation is worth it.
I think that's a bug.
One more time, I'm telling you. If he says my boots...
They switched to being generic Anglo-Saxon men from the dialogue. You have